Welcome back, my friends, to TFT Hyper Roll with Autarch, and let me start by reminding you tomorrow, Saturday, 3 p.m., live stream for a few hours. Maybe longer, maybe less. It depends what's going on because the whole family is at home. Now look, here's the thing. I've done this build a lot. I know. Everyone is sick of seeing Rapid Fire Guardian, but hear me out. Number one, it works. If you want to get to Hyper and you just do this build, you'll get there. Number two, this game has a really cool ending. So even if you just want to skip to the end and look at the ending, do that. But give the game a shot. Why not? Why not have fun through the entire thing? Let's get started. And this is the gold per item portal, and even though it's my least favorite portal, it wouldn't let me surrender, so I had to play it out. And no, I knew you couldn't surrender that early. But let's get into the first set of augments. Nothing really exciting here unless I want to go moshers, but I had just done moshers the game before this, so I really didn't feel like doing it again. Escort quest is cute if you have a really strong team. I decide to just grab cut above and then see what it's going to bring me. That could work with either Corki or Jinx. I decide to at least put them in so I can start building out in case I get the Rapid Fire Jinx, because every refresh is going to add damage to Jinx. Then I get the Rapid Fire Jinx, and yeah, you know where this is going now. And we can race through these fights. The reason I like this particular augment for this build is not only are you getting the 1-cost reroll at the end of the match, but you're getting some 2 gold bonuses along the way. And as you can see, someone else is just mirroring my build. They have Jinx, they have the Deathblade, they have the same thing, and they just also have an additional Twitch.
Copies me. Stops copies me. Stops copies me. Stops copies.
If you know, you know. Item choice, really easy. Needlessly large rod, bow, rage blade, Jinx, duh. And at this point, I'm not particularly worried about the other team running the similar build because I am 1 Jinx away from gold and I have a duplicator I can use at any time, but I don't want to use it this early. Time for our second set of augments, and it's a fairly easy choice. Although I roll just to see if there's new recruit, prismatic ticket, come out of that straight into my gold 3-star Jinx, then end up getting a Nico, and if I have the chance, I always like to go Guardians before building out Rapid Fire, so Nico goes in. I really want to get a Pantheon so I can move Vi out because I want Pantheon for the Guardian. So once he's in, we now have our 4 Guardians, Vi is gone, and we can also start building up a Mumu as our central tank. Especially with the Rage Blade, I find building out the Guardians to be key. The front line will hold things up enough, and Jinx will get enough speed and power that she will be able to carry the team to victory. If I can end up getting it all the way up to 6 Guardians before I even add another Rapid Fire, I am game for that because Jinx is the only one who's going to keep gaining damage throughout the match. You guys know all this already. I've done this build 132 times since the beginning of this season. Item choice, also pretty obvious. Giant's Belt for Mumu so we can get a Warmogs on Mumu so we can have a really strong central tank. And realistically speaking, there is not much that can deal with this at this point in the match. Maybe later when you start getting 2-star Akali's and full KDA teams that can hit into the backline, but at this point, not really. Final set of augments, I started rolling them. Balance budget isn't bad, but Crash Test Dummies is really good. I am torn between that and Healing Orbs because I like healing on this, but to have the match start off with that stun along with the Guardians, giving your backline a chance to really power up, yeah, it's hard to say no to that. And I keep getting 2 gold every time I form an item. Yay. And this particular set of augments does actually end up giving you a lot of extra gold between getting gold for the items and then for the Deathblade, and along with Prismatic Ticket, we're getting tons of rolls, so we're likely going to be able to get some really powerful champions in this. Final individual component choice, nothing super exciting in there. I decided to go with the Chain Vest because I can make a Crown Guard for Mumu, which will be at least a decent item for him, as again, he's the centerpiece of that group of Guardians because of his stun. After that, we're just going to go ahead and put a Hand of Justice. I wanted to put it on Caitlyn, but I couldn't make the swap in time. And you'll be able to see the power of Mumu in this fight. He is so key to this build in so many different ways. The ult in general, just holding people up and allowing Jinx to continue to pick up speed is one thing, but he just hangs on, and it's because of his hanging on that we're able to get enough power to put down the 3-star Bard and knock that person out. Item-wise, I'm not a huge fan of Runen's Hurricane or Red Buff as backline items, especially in this build, but we can always use a little more tankage in the front line, and so we can add that onto Thresh, and then we run back into the person who's running nearly the same build with the identical items on Jinx. Deathblade, Infinity Edge, and Rage Blade, and they're also got Guardians in the front line. They're just aimed a little more into Punk, but still...
Stop scupping me! Stop scupping me!
Now remember how I mentioned that the team you have to worry about is Akali once she gets stronger? She's stronger, and here she is. The other thing is I am trying to find more champions and space on my bench so I can pick up the item from the NPC round. We are also getting dangerously close to a gold 3-star Caitlyn, and now are into the top 4. At this point, more tankage, so we're just going to add onto Thresh. And I did not really like anything here, although Sunfire Cape could have worked. I decided to just grab a random item, throw it onto Aphelios, and reforge it, hoping to get a brilliant thing, and I get a Morellonomicon, which fits on absolutely no one. I decide to put it on Thresh, because at least his ult chains, so it'll do a little bit of burn, I think. Now here's the thing, this game is about to get wild. Trust me on that one. Just if you've watched this far, stick through to the end. If you're first skipped all the way here, yeah, you picked the right spot. So for my team to win right now, it's gonna have to get through pretty much a bunch of direct counters. My one advantage is I have 12 health, but a Sona damage with those items, yeah, that is going to chew through my team. So we're down to 6 health. Now I 2-starred the Yorick, added Ionic Spark onto him, and then got a Rage Blade for Caitlyn. I then pick up an additional Yorick, and I find another Yorick, and then another Yorick, and then another Lucian. So I now have the 2-star Lucian who can go in, but I now have 2 2-star Yoricks, and I still have that champion duplicator on the side. Now you ready for things to get crazy? Okay, here's crazy. We get another Yorick. Now, I have been working on 3-star Caitlyn, 3-star Amumu, but I'm not getting there. But I have a legitimate shot at a 3-star Yorick. But I have to get through this Akali team first. So we go ahead and we sell off the Mumus, pick up the additional Yorick, might as well go ahead and use the champion duplicator, but I've got to get through this fight against the Akali team that has now demolished my entire backline. So I am now focused on this. Can Thresh and Amumu finish off Akali? And yeah, it looks really close. I now have the gold 3-star Yorick. They just have to hang on. They knock out Akali, and we get the gold 3-star Yorick. Now, I want a little bit more than just the Ionic Spark on him, so I go ahead and take out Thresh and can put the Adaptive Helm and Gargoyle Stoneplate on him, and now Yorick will be the centerpiece of this build. And I'm glad I get to cross this off my Christmas TFT wish list. I get to see a 3-star Yorick. Haven't seen it yet this season against me or anywhere else. Now, he does get Shroud of Stillness at the beginning, but the reality is it ain't gonna matter because what he summons does not mess around. And he summons multiple of them. And they just walk through the opposing team and destroy them. And I'm thinking, because of how many Lucians I've seen go by and Caitlyn's, that it's possible that I could end up with either another 3-star in this match. But the reality is that this person looks, sees what's going on, and goes, I'm done. And it was GG for everyone. I'll say it again, Rapid Fire Guardian gets you into the top 4 almost every time, but you can also have some wild endings like this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tune into the live stream tomorrow. Have happy holidays, and as always, have an absolutely awesome day.
Stop,